A guy tells himself he's done talking Halloween for a little while because there's just nothing else to say he hasn't said. And then some shit drops today where I don't really have a choice because, yes, there's not much said here, but what is said is pretty juicy. Let's discuss.
If you like horror, hit that notification bell, smash that like button, and push that subscribe button now.
Welcome to Nick Push's Horror Channel.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Nick Push. We got another article to discuss today, this time involving the future of the Halloween franchise and some very interesting comments made by the person in charge of Miramax. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. I'm going to pull it up here. As we're going through this, I want you guys to tell me your thoughts on what's said here. Tell me what you want to see happen in the Halloween franchise next. And let's discuss, because there's some juicy shit in here, even though it really doesn't tell us things we didn't already know, but certain words I want to pick out and talk about them. So, right away here, it says Halloween TV series, a creative reset. The first phrase there, and it's in quotes, a creative reset. Interesting. Okay. Miramax Television in October signed a deal with Trancas to develop and co-produce a Halloween TV series, which is envisioned to potentially launch a cinematic universe spanning film and television. Miramax and Blumhouse collaborated with Trancas on the successful recent Halloween movie trilogy. Okay, here we go. We're on a fast track. There's a thing we're going to poke at there. Fast track. Interesting. It's a big priority for us. We've had lots of exciting conversations in recent months with a number of really talented people, and I think we'll have a pretty good idea of what we're going to be doing very soon, Hewlig said, adding, we're hoping to lock down the creative team very soon. Hellwig, I believe, is probably how it's announced if, you can read like I can. But Hellwig is the person in charge of Miramax. It continues, while the search for a writer is still ongoing, the idea for a TV series already has been identified. He continues, it's a big world, Hellwig said of the 13-movie franchise. It is a fucked up big world. The most recent trilogy, culminating with Halloween Ends, provided a fitting conclusion to the story. Sure. So I don't think I don't think that an opportunity to go off on the back of that. So I don't think that is an opportunity to go off on the back of that. Well, no shit. He was ground up to fucking jelly or some shit. Continuing on, one more paragraph here. So the series is going back to the Halloween franchise's origins. The foundation of it is the original film, the John Carpenter movie. Hell yeah. The characters of that film, and perhaps a group of characters that we haven't really focused on that much in recent film versions or in a number of them. Hellwig said, it's a creative reset completely and going back to the original film as opposed to spinning out of any of the more recent film adaptations. So, let's talk about this right away. Let's start at the back here. I want to read that last sentence again because I think it takes something out of the equation here. It's a creative reset completely and going back to the original film as opposed to spinning out of any more recent film adaptations. So your H4 sequel to H4, off the table based on that comment. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means that Miramax and, this person here that doesn't isn't going in that direction, right? It's going to go back to the original film. So that is interesting. You know, a lot going on there. I want to pick out some more keywords and then talk about what I would maybe expect here. Okay, let's go back up to the top and get back to the keywords here. So as I notated, a creative reset. Okay, so that means, you know, just like the last sentence, it's not going to, you know, go off in directions from H4, you know, H3, who the hell knows. You know, no more Curse of Thorn probably. Okay, probably a lot of that is probably for the best. And then here we go. We're on a fast track. What does that mean? What does a fast track mean in Hollywood terms? Does that mean they're going to sign a writer tomorrow and this thing's going to go to production before summer? No. I would think a fast track is going to mean they're making it a priority, right? You said it's a big priority for us. They've had the conversations, which is interesting, with what he says are talented people. And then he thinks they'll have a pretty good idea of where they're going very soon. So what does fast track and very soon mean in Hollywood terms? It's fucking vague, right? We don't know. My guess is they'll have some type of decision made, you know, maybe this fall. Maybe they're looking at an announcement around Halloween time to say, hey, this is what we're doing. This is when it's going to come out. Maybe it'll come out, you know, the following Halloween in 2025. Maybe they're going to take their time and it'll be, you know, in 2028, the 50-year anniversary. I doubt that. If they're saying fast track, they're going to want to strike while the iron's hot here. But that is very interesting. Then he says it's a big world. So what does that mean? Because he says here, and where is it? The foundation of the original film, and then he starts talking about characters of that original film, and perhaps a group of characters we really haven't focused on that much. So that's interesting, right? We had focused on Lonnie and some of the others, some of the legacy characters from the original in Halloween Kills, and it was done to probably a piss poor job, I would say. Because we just introduced them and they were gone, right? Even though I did like Lonnie in Halloween Kills. But it's interesting here. So when he says they're going back to the original film and it's going to be a creative reset, you know, it could mean so many different options, right? It could mean we're going to have, you know, basically a sequel to Halloween 78, which we just had with Halloween 2018. But maybe it'll be set in the 80s. I don't know. Maybe we're going to, you know, have that Loomis series that everybody wants. I don't. But, you know, it's on the table if we're going back to the original film, if it's a creative reset. There's a lot said here, even though not much has said. There's a lot we can kind of piggyback off of and see. But I think based on, you know, that last sentence there, I think we can probably, for now, rule out a sequel to H4, unless it's a fan film or something. And I know that's going to disappoint a lot of you. I just think a creative reset probably is the way to go. I mean, if it was up to me, I would just let it rest for 10 years. But A, it's not up to me. And B, it ain't going to happen, right? It's a widely successful IP that just has dollar signs, you know, coming out of executives' mouths. They're drooling with dollar signs, right? But it's pretty interesting here that this was mentioned by the president, or whatever his title is, of Miramax. And it's pretty interesting that they've had conversations already with talented people, if you take him at his word here. So, like I said, yes, a lot was said here, but not really. The things that I pointed out are kind of, when I say a lot, are just, you know, adjectives, you know, just picking out little things. Creative reset, fast track, priority, and then down at the bottom, you know, not branching off from other films. So are we just going to have another 2018, but 27 years later, or 47 years later? I don't know. I highly doubt it. I hope we just get some extra Myers stories in the 80s where he's stalking, you know, Haddonfield on Halloween night, or stalking another town on Halloween night. You know, maybe Russellville will make an appearance. What do you want to see, and what do you think he means by these comments? Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.